This morning, I made the mistake of not looking at my offline maps and trekking the wrong way up the mountain for 1 hour before I realized my blunder. I backtracked down to the tea house where I had spent the previous night and ran into the man who lived there. He gave me a surprised look as I strolled back onto his property. I gestured I had gone up the mountain on the wrong road, and he laughed and said, "No, down, down," as he motioned to a little dirt path barely visible past his garden. I laughed while smacking my hand to my head and set off again. The small price you pay when you don't have a guide. The trek to EBC snakes along the mountains and rivers, so almost any time you pass from one mountain to the next, you cross over a raging river on a narrow suspension footbridge. It's a good idea to check ahead to see if there are any trains of mules coming your way, because once the mules are on the bridge, they have the right of way, and you'll have to turn around to let them off the bridge. When the mules step onto the bridge and plod along, you can feel the entire bridge shaking. And although it was rather nerve-wracking in the beginning, I grew accustomed to it over time. Namaste. Oh my God. Hey, I love Nepal. Dude, he's wearing a jacket. I am so fucking hot right now. I don't know if you can tell, but getting to Kharikola. I can't imagine how everything else is gonna be if I'm sweating this much going up this hill. This mountain, I should say. Well, guess we'll see. Many hot and sweaty hours later, I made it to Kharikola, a small village with a monastery at the top of a mountain. Wait. That just twists down and just goes forever, just fucking steep. Anyways, very difficult to get up here. Guess I'm just out of shape too, so there's that. Little stupa and then the monastery. Wheat being dried. And I guess the first process is collecting it, then this. After taking a lunch break in Kharikola, I climbed down and then up another mountain to reach the town of Bupsa, where I would spend the night and pay to take my first and last warm shower during my 3-week trek in the Himalayas. The next morning, I awoke barely able to move. Stepping down even a few inches sent pangs through my thighs, and it felt as if both my legs were black with bruises. After an hour or two of trekking, however, I had completely forgotten about the pain and was making good progress once again. Along the path, I met a Sherpa man who explained to me that Sherpa is an ethnic group with origins in Tibet. In the Tibetan language, Sherpa literally means people from the east. Foreigners commonly mistake the word Sherpa to mean a mountain guide or expedition guide, and although many Sherpas do work as guides due to their natural ability to handle the high altitude, the word Sherpa does not mean guide, and not all Sherpas work as guides.
Traffic jam.
In the village of Puya, while stopping for lunch, I met a girl from Finland and learned her name was Paulina. She'd been traveling for 4 months and had previously been in Myanmar and Bangladesh, and was now on her way to EVC with her Porta Mila and guide NB. We chatted for a while and then I said my goodbyes and started along the path again. After a few hours, a heavy mist had descended and soon after it began to rain. After trekking for a while with my poncho and rain cover, I decided to call it a day and entered a lodge on the side of the road. To my surprise, Paulina, Mila, and MB were already seated inside having tea. I joined them and while conversing discovered if the weather was good tomorrow, we would be able to see the planes flying into Lukla, the town where most foreigners were flying into to begin their trek, and also one of the most dangerous airports in the world due to the short runway, mountains, and incredibly rapidly changing weather. The next morning, I awoke and went outside to use the bathroom and brush my teeth, elated to see it was a beautiful day with clear skies. Excitement rushed through me as I noticed my first snow-capped mountain in the Himalayas, and stood staring in awe at its magnificence.
So we're looking at Lukla. That's Lukla. The planes land right there, if I'm not mistaken. Right in that area. And when they're taking off, they come out this way. If they fail, they go down towards the river. Yeah, world's most dangerous airport. Pretty crazy. God, I love those shades. That's Paulina. And her porter. Oh, and look at this view of this mountain behind us. It's white-capped. Don't remember the name, but very gorgeous. Me too. Okay, we just caught sight of a plane. Is it gonna land? Is it gonna land?
Oh, it's landing.
Coming, helicopter!
Wow.
This plane.
Let's look at this.
Ah!
Where is the airport? It's too high. It's too high up.
Look at how slowly they get their descent.
It's too high up.
No, they know what they're doing.
They probably know better than I.
Can you see that?
There you go. It's landing. It has landed.
I trekked down the mountain for a while with Paulina and her group until we reached the village of Surke, where we had some tea together and rested a while.
Made it to Surke. Stop for some coconut cookies. Still traveling with Paulina for a bit. I think they're gonna ditch me today because it's too far to Phakding. She's in the bathroom. But it's all uphill from here. We're pretty much right in the river. Yeah. So today's gonna be a tough one.
As I passed below Lukla on my way to Phakding, I saw many planes landing and stopped and watched a while.
Lukla. Little kitty. You're just a little baby kitty. Yeah. Hi. Hi, baby. Hi. You're a good little kitty. Little Nepali kitty? Yes. Oh, you're so soft. Oh, someone takes good care of you. Mm-hmm. Oh, you want the belly rubs? Maybe kitty scratches? Mmm. I'm in a town. I've yet to check what's town or village. Oh, it's okay. But that little abuelita and my baby kitty. You gonna sunbathe with me? I'm a lazy girl too. I should go. I gotta make it to Phakding. Phakding. Oh, yeah. Mm. Look at these little chicks. So, in some town below Lukla. Smells like a campfire. Someone's cooking. Someone's cooking lunch. It's about that time. Can you imagine living up here? God, that would be pretty amazing. For someone like me who really likes cities, I think it might be hard, but for a time being, I could see it being really, really nice. Namaste. Another plane flying into Lukla. Seriously, that airstrip is tiny. One shot chance. We are dead. It's beautiful here. Something out of like all the fantasy movies I've ever watched put together. Lord of the Rings. This really comes to mind. But Princess Bride. I don't know, you name it.
The closer I drew to Phakding, the more settlements I saw, as well as stupas, prayer wheels, and mani stones, which are rocks inscribed with the mantra of prayer in Tibetan Buddhism. I also began to see other foreigners as well. The previous days before passing below Lukla had been almost completely void of other trekkers, as most people fly in. But as I had now passed Lukla and its airport, I began to see other trekkers on the path. It marked me reaching the official Everest Base Camp trek. I finally arrived to Phakding, found a lodge to spend the night, and sat back to chat with the abundance of trekkers I was suddenly seeing join the path.